Divers, are you tired of packing a specific support weapon for every struggle the galaxy throws at you? Well, I've got some good news. You don't have to. I'll even let you load in on a little surprise. The cherry on top, if you will. None of these weapons tie up your backpack slot, so you get to pick the pack that fits your style and situation best. Today, we're covering 3 all-around support weapons that'll solve most problems you'll meet in the field. And the ones they can't solve, well, that's what your Super Destroyer is for. Let's dive in. The Beam. Bots and squids both have their own laser weaponry that regularly carves dives in half. Super Earth's response? The LAS-98 Laser Cannon. This support weapon brings unlimited ammo, as long as your trigger discipline keeps the radiator from running too hot, and heavy armor penetration right out of the pod. It fires a continuous beam, letting you keep aim on your enemy's weak points. Keep that reticle on eyes, heads, or joints, and watch big problems get handled. Hawks, chargers, harvesters, all of them dispatched quickly by the beam. Sure, a recoilless can delete a single target faster, but the laser cannon removes the target and keeps sweeping through the other targets around it. With this thing in your hands, your worst enemy isn't the enemy in front of you. Your worst enemy is, in fact, a raid. The weapon will let you know when you're not showing it enough respect. Watch for its overheat, in addition to that panic beeping sound it makes. Learn the rhythm. Fire, pause, fire, pause. Don't hold the trigger between targets. You carry 2 spare heat sinks. They're for mistakes. Don't make it a plan to have to use them. I favor unflinching armors like the Bloodhound when I'm wielding a laser. Extra armor plus no flinching under fire. Let you keep crosshairs on a weak point you pick to focus on. Steady aim wins fights and erratic aim wastes ammo. Good news then that this weapon doesn't use ammo. Try not to misregard this. The shield generator is a good backpack pairing. It turns a steady beam into an even steadier one. Who cares if you're being shot at by small arms fire? The shield takes the hits and you continue dispensing democracy. Reminder, heavy penetration is not anti-tank. Against true tank armor, aim for weak points or call in Eagle 1. The bullet. If you're looking for a lot of bullets and a lot of power behind them, then look no further than the MG-206 heavy machine gun. I often see divers skip out on this in their loadouts because there are better tools for specialized roles. Well, as you know, we're not talking about specialties today. We're talking about the one gun that works in 90% of situations, if you can manage the recoil. The HMG gives you an adjustable fire rate. That means you get to decide whether it's a marksman tool or a democratic fire hose. Need control? Dial down the RPM and tap the trigger. You've got a pseudo-marksman rifle that still punches through armor. Need enemies removed in a general direction? Kick it to max RPM and hold the trigger. Everything short of a tank gets the privilege of understanding what freedom truly means. The HMG does, of course, have some limitations. It can't penetrate tank armor, the ammo pool is finite, the recoil is immense, and the thing handles like an FRV when its tires blown. Thankfully, we have plenty of ways to offset these points. Bring thermites or other anti-tank stratagems for the hard targets. Consider a supply pack based on mission. The HMG eats through its limited ammo. Wear fortified armor to tame its recoil. A steady gun means less waste, and therefore less reloads at inopportune times. If you want better handling instead of recoil management, grab armor with peak physique, such as the Twig Snapper. You'll be surprised just how much quicker you can swing the HMG around from target to target. Try putting on fortified heavy armor and become the walk-in gun emplacement you've always dreamed of being. Just remember, if you stop moving, you're just a turret. Continue to pay attention to your surroundings and keep mobile, as slow as you might be. The Blast. I know some of you grew up on Super Hurt comics. If you did, remember when Terminate Guy's dying uncle told him, "With great strength comes great liability." Well, divers, that's the Blast 45 epoch in one sentence. On record from the Ministry of Defense Research and Development. Stop Studies show the epoch may be perceived as unsafe due to unsubstantiated treasonous claims. We have received no direct complaints from previous test subjects that could be interpreted as claiming the epoch to be hazardous to its wielder. Therefore, based on testimonials of divers who have made it through the trials alive, using the epoch has absolutely zero chance of putting you or nearby allies at risk. Off the record, the epoch will absolutely end you and your friends. Don't ignore its warnings. Learn the timing and the indicators. When you see the coils fully retract, or when the overcharge bar blinks red, that's your firing window. When you hear it beep like it's angry, that's also your time to let go of the trigger. Ignore either, you'll get your chance to prove the ministry wrong. You just won't have survived to file the paperwork. Used properly, the epoch erases almost everything. Even factory striders will fall. It'll just take more shots than you prefer to fire. And thanks to recent Super Earth weaponry announcements, the epoch can now seal enemy spawners as well. One more reason the bugs and bots hate democracy. 3 shots per canister, 4 canisters max. That's 12 decisions to make before you're empty. Remember with the supply pack, if you plan on painting the horizon with plasma for longer than a minute. That's what the HMG fortified armor plays nice here too, but for a different reason. The blast resistance it provides can be the difference between danger close and a reinforcement call, in the event that you misjudge your shot distance by a few meters. I'd say that the epoch is an honest weapon. It asks, are you sure about this one, boss? If your answer is anything other than absolutely, I love gambling with my own life for the chance to spread managed democracy, then you need to put this weapon down and pick up a different one. As for complimentary backpacks, here's a few ideas for you to take down on your dives. Laser cannon and shield pack. Sustain fire while shrugging off enemy small arms fire. Simple. Laser cannon and rover guard dog. You focus the bigger ones while your guard dog takes out the shaft. No need to worry about ammo pickups either. Laser cannon and portable hell bomb. Ammo isn't an issue for you, so you can take a hell bomb along to deal with the biggest threats, or just for the hordes that will inevitably show up. HMG and supply pack. Freedom to fire indiscriminately. You'll always have enough ammo for whatever comes next. HMG and shield pack. You want to feel like a moving bunker? This is the way to do it. You'll have to pay more attention to your ammo counts and probably run a lower RPM, but not much can stop you. Epoch and supply pack. You are the environmental hazard. Enough ammo to rain plasma for as long as you need. The squids will be jealous of the sheer amount of hot, blue energy that you'll be putting out. Epoch and the AXAR guard dog. This combo lets you put your focus on the enemy heavies, while your guard dog provides cover and fire, taking out anything else. You'll be hungry for ammo pickups, and your dog will too, but you'll need less cover from your squad while operating the epoch. Last but possibly most important, some common mistakes to avoid. Laser cannon tunnel vision. You focus the heavy at a distance, and miss the hunt to pounce from your 2 o'clock. Quick swap, and then back to the heavy. Keep a peripheral scan. Don't let them sneak up on you. HMG Ego. You tried to punch through tank armor, and that's a rocket's job. Call it out to your squad and pick a new target. If you don't, our enemies will make sure that you don't get the chance to pick a new target ever again. Epoch Greed. You held the charge half a second too long because you couldn't decide on a target. Your epoch found one for you. Firing at nothing and wasting the shot is a perfectly valid strategy if the outcome is you surviving. These 3 support weapons won't complete a mission by themselves. That's what you're there for. Use them right, and you cover most problems you'll see from the drop zone all the way to the extraction. The rest, that's why we have this beautiful distributor of freedom watching over us. Private Spruckus, out.